A bunch of big buffs to Assimilate cards. Brathan's now just costing 10 provisions. We also have Terranova now at just 12 provisions. So the deck has gained 2 provisions there. Jan Calvate has gone from 12 to 11 provisions, which means we've gained 3 provisions. And the Enslave Leader ability has also gained a provision. Of course, you might want to play an Assimilate deck with double cross. That's perfectly reasonable. But I decided to play Enslave with that extra provision. Added to that, Anna Henrietta also gained a point of power. So big buffs. I think Anna Henrietta is a really fascinating card. Somewhat comparable to Renfrey as it's replacing your leader ability. Anna Henrietta actually came before Renfrey in Gwent. And it did see play in Assimilate decks. I remember Freddy Babes in Gwent Masters 1, which actually helped him prep for that tournament. And he had Anna Henrietta in his Assimilate deck, and it performed really well. And with Enslave Leader ability in particular, I think it's really cool because you can use the Enslave Leader ability in round 1 to steal an engine and win round 1, for example, on even. Play the Anna Henrietta for carryover, either in round 1 when you're miles ahead or in round 2 before you pass on 7 cards, securing yourself a long round. And that can be really nice. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, though, for Assimilate Nilfgaard, because Coup de Grace did get a provision nerf. And for that reason, I ended up cutting it. Some of the games you're going to see, it was in the deck, but it was the card I decided to cut at the last. Instead of the Coup de Grace, I put the Ardal in. With 13 tactics, we can bounce something back with 14 power or less. It's not quite a tool punish, but it does help us deal with tool units, especially buffed up units. It's particularly strong on. But the Ardal was very much the flexible card in the deck. I think Coup de Grace is another obvious one. I am currently playing Devotion. I have 1 Amnesty in here, but it's definitely not a big deal whatsoever. War Council could be an interesting option as well as another top-end tactic in this deck. Of course, with the fact we're Devotion, Usurper Emperor probably isn't terrible either. You could even look at trying to fit battle stations in. I'm not exactly sure I would recommend that. But this is the setup I went for. I really like the Ardal. I think it's a great card. And then in terms of the cheaper cards, a lot of the deck really picks itself. You've got Vigo, and when you're playing Vigo, I think in an ideal world, you only have 3 bronze units so that it's guaranteed. And our 3 bronze units of choice is going to be the Emissary, which of course is a great option of Brathan's. It's going to be the Informant, which is great for Brathan's. And finally the Magni Division as well. So Vigo able to play a Magni Division to draw ourselves a card while playing in tactics. The rest of the tactics, you're just going to go for a bunch of the cheap stuff really. And that's why we're playing Enslave. We've just got a bunch of really cheap cards that we never really care about playing too much. We put them on the bottom of our deck with the Calvate. I've got 1 Obsidian Mirror. You might want to play no Obsidian Mirrors. You might want to play 2. It's really up to you. The Ointment, probably the weakest of the other tactics in at 4 provisions. In at 5, I've got 1 Amnesty. You might want to play 2. You might want to play 2 Remedies instead. Remedy can be particularly good on a Informant, which Vigo or Brathan's created. So that's the deck. Not that much room for flexibility. What you could look at doing as well is you could look at playing the Mage Torturers. You'll see a couple games where I had Mage Torturers in there with the Coup. But by removing the Mage Torturers and removing the Coup, I was able to get the Ardal in there. And I think Ardal's a pretty nice addition. I will say Assimilate, maybe not a deck I would love to play at the moment because it's going to be very popular. And I think the Assimilate mirrors of Anna Henrietta can be a little bit cringe, where Anna Henrietta is just going from side to side. But I think once people lose a bit of interest in it, it's going to be really interesting. Of course, I didn't even mention Torres, actually a card I'd never played before until this. But what you're looking to do with Torres is obviously he's better when he's not evolved, which is a very interesting dynamic. If you're going first, you're probably playing Torres in round 1. As well as Calvate, and then looking to pass on 7, forcing your opponent to bleed you or giving yourself a long round. And then if you're going second, he's just a good way of trying to win on even, really. And I think that's the general play pattern of this deck. Of course, you could play it with double cross. If you look to play it with double cross, you might also want to consider playing the Rune Mage. You're going to drop the Stefan, of course. And of course, the Ardal wouldn't be in there either. But I think for me, Enslave is the way to go. I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and I hope you enjoy the video. Cheers. No, I want the Anna. I actually think Anna's good with Enslave. Think about, like, Enslave. We can slam round 1 and then use Anna. right? We use Enslave to win the round. Bam, Anna. Carry over like a mini Renfrew, right? We need the Duchess Informant ×1 because of Brathens. Alright, so I don't know how I'm playing this deck. I need to work it out. I have to imagine I'm getting rid of Battle Prep. So, not a real card. I have to imagine I'm also getting rid of the Informant. And I guess there's also an argument that I could get rid of a gold card here because of this just going to come on top with Calvate, right? So maybe we just bin off Brathens for a rainy day. Give Spine to 3 units, provision cost of 10 of this. So I'm giving Spying, so we go this, and I guess this. I've never played this card before. I'm pretty excited to be playing Nilfgaard, guys. Let's go. I haven't played Nilfgaard in a long old time. Certainly not a Nilfgaard deck like this. So we're in Slave 6. We're using the new Anna, which has been buffed by a power. We're using Brathens and Terranova buffed by Provision. But we're also using Coup, which got nerfed by a Provision. And we're using Enslave, because Enslave also got buffed by a Provision. So now we banish which cards? Probably the ointments and whatnot, right? So we're going to banish... You have to think Tourney Jousts aren't going to be particularly strong against their deck. So I think the Tourney Jousts go. And then probably Battle Prep. How many soldiers do I play? Probably get rid of the ointment, right? We might be able to use the armor on their stuff as well. We are an Assimilate deck after all. Amnesty on the Chariot's an option. For now, I'm going to be really boring and play Calvate because I'm kind of roping. I'm not sure this was quite ideal. I have a feeling we might have been better off trying to take like a Magni Division onto the Chariot here, for example, first. Like, I'm a bit worried that now I'm just... When I play my Magni Division, I draw into a really good gold card, which I don't want to play this turn. So I think I was supposed to play the Magni Division before playing the Calvate. I was roping a little bit. Being unsure, obviously, with what I'm doing in the deck. We only play 2 Mage Torturers, so we do need to be somewhat cautious as to what cards we give Spying. I guess also Enslave gives... Like, whatever we Enslave and whatever we Amnesty also gives cards Spying, right? Which maybe means I can be a little bit more... free with this. So here's an interesting question, which is, can I just slam the leader here, play the Anna and pass? And I think I might be able to.
Speak your mind. To the point.
Tempo. I think I'm passing, mate. I think I'm about to pass. That is absolutely filthy. We just force a long round. And I think that's fine. Isn't that just really, really good? Enslave plus Anna seems really strong. Oh, I'm excited to be playing some Gwent. Playing some Nilfgaard. Also because now I'm like not in a short period of time where I have to try and climb the pro ladder in like 2 weeks. I can just experiment and have some fun with decks. So I got to 18th on the pro ladder last season, but I can get higher. We're going to go for top 5, top 10 this season. That's the plan. But we're going to be starting off by just having a lot of fun, testing out some new things. The Balance Council is such a cool concept, man. Honestly. Absolutely incredible. So Calvate also... So Calvate got a provision. The leader got a provision. Terranova and Brathens. And Anna got a power. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 provisions... But Coup lost 1. So this deck got 3 extra provisions. No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3 extra provisions, 1 extra power. And this is what we call a tempo pass. Where we slammed so much power. I suppose there's also an argument. Did I actually need to Anna immediately? Could I have played something different, for example? To make things a bit more awkward for them, like in terms of points. And then I inevitably... Because they can't bleed me. So then I can just inevitably play Anna in round 2. Maybe Anna wasn't actually the correct play there and I was better off playing like an Amnesty or something like that. Yeah, Anna used the leader. That's a good point. So the ointment can go. I definitely don't want that. And you have to think that the diplomacy is probably the next worst. Are they going to try and push us here? They might feel like it's necessary. We could Vilg that. I don't think I care too much. I think we want to try and save our Vilg for the thingamajiggamabobber. Now, if I could damage this down by 2, I could coup it. I guess I could also just Mage Torture it and coup it, right? Seems reasonable.
And if I insert a needle here, what then?
We could coup it, and then I could Amnesty it, but unfortunately, Amnestying it doesn't actually do much for me. So the question here is, am I supposed to play the Magni Division? I think I want to thin my deck, right? So I think I will.
Got sand aplenty.
Why did that not buff? Oh, only buffs dwarves. I see. So obviously, I'm drawing 3 cards. 1, 2, and then it's 3. I guess 3. So do I want the extra mulligan? Is there anything I could do with diplomacy, for example? That's cute. We could also interestingly go Terranova for another Zoltan here. Not so sure that's worth it. I'm trying to think if there's anything off diplomacy that's good. Yes, Circle of Life. Let's just go for it and see. Imagine if I had an elf.
Blue Mountains!
This is an exciting deck. I'm into it. I'm into this. I like it a lot. I actually didn't count the coup in my cards. I think I'm just happy with this. You could argue we want the Mage Torturer to set up a better Terranova. And a better coup. I think the Amnesty might be good. I think the Lock's good as well, though. Oh, we're drawing into the Chiron. We're drawing into it with the Chiron X. What do we get rid of here? I think I want it in hand, right? Like maybe it's coup that goes, but then I draw it and it's good. Let's get rid of that. Ooh. How did that happen? Okay, this is a card that I mulliganed away. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, we also have it off... The Vigo also gives us it guaranteed, right? Because Vigo is either Magni Division, Mage Torture, or Informant. So it's a bit awkward in terms of what we start with here, with the shield being there. Brathens cannot play Emissary in this deck at the moment. Obviously playing the Diplomacy before I get my Assimilate through feels bad, but maybe that's the best play, because everything else is so awkward. I don't really want a Terranova. I don't think that's too hot, but... No, we're in save 6. So obviously I'm not going to be playing perfectly in game 1 here. I'm very much learning on the job. Terranova for unicorns. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. They go resilient, which makes sense after I struggle so much with my opening play. That they would do that. Again, if I had like the emissary, I'd be feeling a lot better here. But if I do that, my Vigo's not guaranteed. Right now, Vigo is Torturer, Division, or Informant. So perhaps that's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to go Vigo for... No, but I want the Vigo for the Informant. I could just play a lock. I could just pop the shield, it's true. I guess I'm doing that, right? I've actually never played this unicorn card before. So yeah, I forgot that... My first time playing these. These are two of my favourite tokens back in the day, though, because Yennefer used to spawn them, basically, right? That was my favourite thing to go. We could take a good old-fashioned lock. I think I just take a Brathens here first, right?
Her grace will not be pleased.
This deck feels pretty good, guys. I'm pretty excited. I'm enjoying it already. Yo, Gold Naggy. Happy New Year. Dude, what about your XDD thing? Spamming XDD until I enable it, Gold Naggy. You forgot about that. Alright, so chat's assisted me and told me these are my targets to make spying. Oh, they come in spying as well. Right, so my Terranova is all... Okay, I forgot that my Terranova is already able to pick these from Torres. I forgot about that. So my Torres can already be these. What else did I make spying? I already forgot. The Doragray. Okay, so I guess we go... We go Terranova for Coronex. Right, and we had that. Okay, so I was supposed to just go Terranova turn 1 into Xavier. I'm learning on the job here. First time I've used a lot of these cards. We'll leave this, I guess. It's hard to see how we lose here. The deck feels pretty busted, I'm not gonna lie. After one game, it feels pretty damn good. I had a lot more flexibility than I realized with my plays in the early game. It feels a bit too early for a lock or a Stefan. I think Vigo just to clog the lane a bit's reasonable.
You will not regret this, sir.
I hate nothing more than a creaky door.
Yo, Gaxam. Everything's a good, mate. I have a feeling there might be a certain fella coming up quite soon. Which I did want to try and... I guess we're just removing him as soon as he comes in. We could lock it, though, and then do that. It's kind of slow. I just wanted to try and use their things against them, you know? I guess we'll just play the Mage Torturer down.
Enjoy torture? Perhaps. A bit.
Yo, Paya, what's up? The gameplay might not be pristine, but what do you think of the deck building? That's the real question. So we could just take a Vilg now, and then take a lock on the other inevitable thing.
Quite the menial task. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Probably should be giving armor to stuff, never mind. Negan has a bad feeling about this. Huh? What the heck is that? I wasn't expecting that. Probably should have. Didn't even twig.
On principle.
I'm just too focused on doing my own thing, mate. That's the problem. Right, I should have locked this, because this is gonna... They're gonna play the fella, aren't they? So are we supposed to Stefan? It is a bit late to lock, isn't it, at this point, but... Better late than never, that's what I always say. Does it buff both? Or just buff by one? Oh my god! We self allied armor. Damn it. Alright, let's better late than never, that's why I always say. I was playing around Bruver this whole time, and Bruver's nowhere to be seen, mate. I guess we could draw into a Magni, that would be a bit painful, wouldn't it?
Got a hearty hankering for Gwent.
We don't draw? If you have Chronix in hand. Her. See, lots of mistakes made, lots of cards I've played for the first time. I think we won still.
Always well and
The round one was good. I played round one well, and the rest I played pretty badly. Jeez. Deck seems kind of good though, no? And I'm doing a Digital Arcana stream from Sweden on Saturday. But this was going to be decks going up over the weekend. Alright. Witches, you would imagine. So there's definitely an element of having too many good gold cards in opening hand. I don't think we want this in opening hand. I think there's a world that we don't want the Brathens as well. But there's also a world that I don't want all this complete jank. Like maybe I need to be a bit careful and not get rid of too many good cards. It's a fine balancing act. And I think there's a few too many bad cards in this hand that I'll keep the Brathens. I got rid of the Terranova, which I think made sense. We can't proactively Brathens. It's just a simple boy. A big man. Lovely scraps. Get them out of my sight. So we can Mage Torture this and then Coup it. It does look indeed like the Witcher deck. Popularized by that one very good looking streamer.
I need not spill blood to make you suffer like never before.
I think Plain Talk John was their name. Okay, it's not my list exactly.
disturb a god at rest, mortal.
Alright, so we're definitely going to buff... So funny. Kind of like buffing the Assimilate engines. Even though they play into Tool Punish. I think it's chill. So with this leader and Anna, I think there's definitely a world that you're gonna slam the leader. Going first sometimes. Is there any kind of carryover play in SK that we care about? Not that comes to mind. Why not buffing leader recharge? Pardon? The tactic guy? I mean, I could. He's just not an engine. I thought it might be better to buff the engines. I'm actually letting them stay in this a little bit longer than I maybe should have. Maybe a little bit greedy on my part. They want to get down to Vesemir range. They don't plan on passing, basically. I think the selected mutations is a bit too slow for me to care. I think I take a pass here. Like, I think it's going to be quite expensive for them. It's interesting, though. It does open me up to a bleed. Vesemir doesn't get them there. Vesemir plays for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Vesemir gets them there. With a leader, though. Vesemir plus leader gets them there. Yeah. I didn't play this very well. Did not play this one very well. We could go Brothans, and we could still fight for the round. I definitely don't like how I played it, everybody. I got a bit too confident, didn't I? It is Vesemir plus the leader charge. But then they have round control. And I get bled. I don't like the sound of that one bit.
Her grace will not be pleased.
If they go offering onto Brothans, I pass. That's why I'm not too worried. Kind of interested in leader plus Anna here. I don't think we really get a good leader this game.
You have our undivided attention.
So I just want to pass. And take him to a long round. Is Gwent back? Oh, Gwent is back, baby. Gwent Renaissance is in full flow right now. Okay. Vilg is really not that good in this matchup. But maybe we just take the diplomacy first. Voila. Damage me by 2. Also, we have pirate from your hand. Let's go, Don. I'm glad you're hyped. Game's really fun. I'm enjoying it. I really like Anna with the Enslave leader. Enslave is just so good to slam early. Like, if you could play Enslave Rem-free, you probably would, right? And this is Enslave Rem-free. I really like the buff to Anna. I think it's a cool one.
Let's get this over.
Geralt the Panther.
Quite the menial task.
Might have bricked their portal. See what I mean, though? That Vilg is not good in this matchup. We might be in trouble, though, still. I got way too confident. Shows you the power of the SK Witches, though. My confidence is being punished. So we probably self-Tourney Joust and full leader. Or...
That's your lucky day.
Oh my god, it's the flipping Axie, bruv. Well, we lost uneven, and I slammed Brothans. The question is if I want to trade my leader for their last card. Because it could be a Witcher. I mean, is it even guaranteed? Pretty much. Oh my god, Don Paul and Valorant have gifted subs. What the heck? Oh my god. Don Paul. Subbing and gifting 5. That's pretty epic. Don't hit the shields, please. Calculated. If it hit a fish flapper, we were in trouble. Pretty good. We got both tool punishes. We're probably in trouble though, mate. We're probably in trouble, mate. We take no mulligans. We just have to keep what we have. We could maybe bin off old Coup de Grace. We could try, like, nah, we just never mulligan here. Maybe I should have even kept the Coup, like... What did we give spying to last round again? Nothing very good, was it? All God?
An empire for the ages.
Are we taking the Witcher trio? It's kind of funny, isn't it? This deck is fun! I like this deck. Chance the portal's bricked. 1, 2. Most likely not. Did this even evolve? I swear this did the same thing as it did. I think we get rid of Coup. Right, you have to win the round for it to evolve. I see. How come? Mate, I'm just loving it. I think Coup's bad. This is on top. I think that's bad. Ah!
Your feathers off.
Uh-oh. There's a problem. They hit the quartermaster. They can't pass. Oh! Wouldn't it be a shame if I could kill that? It wouldn't actually be. It would be quite good for me. Bam! 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 Woo! One more point buff needed for your Siri, bruv. Oh! Law accurate! Let's go! This game's so much fun, man. What the hell? Well played. I got lucky. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you so much, Don Paul, for the 5 gifted. Red Check, Dev, Trupp, Skeletor Wins, Calf, Tiny Tomato, and Kyrion. Cheers, mate. Cheers, blood. Right, where are my Witcher trio? Bam! Where are my Witcher trio? Bam! Oh, for goodness sake. Where's my Witcher trio? What the heck? What the heck? Where did they... Wait, we can draw them still. Ready?
I know the truth. I simply
We can still draw them, chat. Don't panic. They think it's all over. Well, trust me, it's not all over just yet. Well, my name is not Specimen Gwent. You need to relax, mate. They probably have a Junod in hand. Here they come. Here is the Witcher trio. I sacrificed a point in case it's Junod in hand. Junod and no Witcher trio. Damn it. Damn it. GG, that was fun. We got wrecked. Didn't play that cleanly in round 1. I got too confident, didn't I? Well played. I don't think even the Witcher trio saved us there. That was fun though. Torres! He's onside! Whoa! Also comes back to my mulligan in the last game, right? Like, I probably missed mulliganed. I have a feeling we might maybe play... wait, am I not even playing one of the Obsidian Mirrors? I feel like Obsidian Mirrors got to be worth over the ointments, right? Would you agree?
Guided by the light of the great.
Huh? Renfrey, Renfrey. So they have one of these and one of these. We're going to steal their leader as well, let's not forget. What's actually good? That seems good, because they're going to go tall. They have talk in hand, right? And we could steal Gaetan and the Germain, maybe? I guess I'm supposed to play for a bigger boy in round 1. I've never used this card before, so I'm almost certainly not doing it optimally. I guess just picking something like... Yeah, I don't know about old Germain, mate. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure about that. That's a bit sus. Gaetan seems good, but I think Germain... I think Geralt, good. Gaetan and Germain, not so sure on those. Might have just been better off picking cheap things, right? And then I've got a big boy. We know they have Geralt in deck, and it's a Renfrey deck, so I probably just could have gone Tool, and they have no Tool punish, you have to imagine, right? Yeah, this game is getting a monthly updates voted upon by the community. So Calvate just decreased in provisions, so did Brathens. Anna Henrietta just got a point. The leader got an extra provision. Coup got nerfed by a provision. It's really cool. Who watches the Watchers, Witcher? I think a tempo pass is a good idea though, right?
We're the best regiment in the whole.
Pick a big... Yeah. So I was supposed to pick, like... Basically because I'm looking to tempo pass here. But then I got 6 points on my Torres. So it's gone a bit pear-shaped. This is 6 points, so it's probably the best of the bunch.
Boots got sand.
Guess this is also 6.
My blade. I trust you have sharpened.
Sounds like this might be the last game of the stream, guys. It was always going to be a short one. Chance I come back again later, or chance I come back tomorrow. I'll do at least one of those two things. Probably should just come back tomorrow and keep focusing on my other bits and bobs. It's chance it's not the last game. We might play for a few more. Well, I wasn't supposed to stream today, Negan. That's why I've got lots of stuff to do. I've also got family round. My dad's cooking like up a nice family meal.
Sharpen the bolts, boys.
Not really sure I can afford to pass, regrettably. I don't feel good about the position. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping Gwent in the rotation. I plan on pushing for rank 1 again. Like, I'm going to be playing a lot of Gwent this month, for sure. I'm just away this weekend for Lorcana, so... And I'll pass. Don't feel good about it. I messed up Torres, right? Fernando Torres. He needs to be he could have been a lot better for me. Any big tournaments won? I'm mainly a caster. I've got a good record in the tournaments I've played in, though. It's like content creator set champs, right? Which they're like the only ones I've really been able to compete in. I did compete in Seattle, Disney Arcana Challenge with 2,000 people, and I didn't do too well. But I kind of knew going in that my deck sucked, but I just wanted to do my own thing. It was like, unfortunately, it wasn't my meta. It was like right at the end of a set where the meta was very, very developed and very... It was probably my least favorite meta game ever. It was very linear. And I didn't play perfectly, and my deck did kind of suck. If it was like... For example, if I played at the Disney Arcana European Championships in Disneyland Paris last month, which I commentated on, it was like the first big tournament of a set. I'm really confident I would have done well. I really am. I really don't think the gameplay in Lorcana is... maybe it's because of my Gwent background, is as complex as it's made out to be at times. I think the gameplay is complex enough and deep enough. It's the deck building in Lorcana that, for me, I'm absolutely in love with. The deck building is just brilliant. I think that's where you can get the biggest edge. How do we go about this? How do we play this? This isn't terrible for us. Like, we could just slam a Mage Torture onto it for now. What did we get off? So this could be a Geralt. So we don't really want to play this early. We've got double Geralt, basically, which is nuts. We do need to be careful of their Geralt, I guess.
Do I enjoy
I'll start off like this.
Perhaps.
I have Terranova targets. I don't really need this card, right? I'm kind of realizing I don't even need this card because of Torres. Fernando Torres! Do people still play the Mage Torturers? I mean, it seems reasonable, but it's not like... when I put it in the deck, I was like, I have to play 2 of these, but I'm not sure that's necessarily the case, right? What's the payoff? So Auto Terranova spawns and plays a base copy of basically something we gave spying to. And Coup de Grace can, if we hit something with spying, we get a copy of it.
Wanna know why?
And then we have Assimilate, which is whenever we play a card not in our starting deck, they gain points. So you have like engines. Play a bronze unit from your hand, then look at the top 3 into your deck. Whenever you pass boost by 3, sure. I mean, I'm a bit worried about board space for Jermaine in the next round, so I think I might just slam him now. Which again comes back to my decision to actually play, to pick him from Torres was a definite error. You'd be surprised if they fancy their chances in the long round, though. We have 1 mulligan for sure. 2. It's like 1, 2, 3 of the top decks. I mean, I guess Gaten's still worth the 1, 2. We're drawing 3. 1, 2, 3. So we mulligan this for the Mage Torturer. Or the Amnesty or something. Seems right. Yeah, Renfrey's no good for us. Okay, they're actually pushing us, and they don't seem too happy about it. We do need to be very careful about clicking this guy. He's going to... Gonna get chunky quite quickly. Like, we're going to fill the board too quickly. That's why I just played him now. We have a lot of tool punishers in this hand. I think Brathens might be fine enough here. Like, just get the... Don't play any bonded. Brathens is only copying something here, but I think it's kind of fine.
My loyalty is to imperial coin not to the face.
Everyone has their secrets. Everyone.
I don't have the pass. And then if we ever have like 6 points is enough to stay ahead. They have like the rem free leader, right? Whenever you pass boost the lowest power allied by 4. Something I'm concerned about. Gwen.
Last words.
Mentor.
It gets easier, kid. Never
So they're looking to slam Gaetan pretty swiftly here. Vilg seems relatively reasonable onto that. You could also argue it's reasonable there, but this is going to play for a lot more than 12. Going to click as well at this point. We could Stefan actually, right?
Oh, blast this cold.
Pretty clean. Deck does feel pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. I like the idea of Enslave with Calvate and Anna. Like Anna Enslave just speaks to me as a good idea. So if we Anna, we're going to get play a bronze unit from your hand, look at the top 3 units from your deck and draw 1. We actually get the rem free ability from it, right? Alright, Geralt Pro. So here for us, we just want to stay ahead. We basically need an 11-point play here. We have 1 Assimilate engine down on the board. I could, of course, go for Terranova into Geralt. I could just go Geralt. They're both enough. If I go... I could also, like, just go Leader here. And try and preserve my Tool Punish. They could try and brick my Leader in round 3, I think. Like, I might just take the Leader, take the Geralt Pro, and then it's an option for us. Because I have Anna, I just don't care that much about my Leader, I guess.
No point in showing mercy.
Okay.
Let's get this over with.
My deck feels so unfair. It feels so unfair. I didn't even play round 1 that well.
Not your lucky day.
Not your lucky day.
Last word.
How is this fair?
Do you really want to know?
Oh, interesting. Boost self by 1 for each card with a provision cost of 11. I think that's quite good. To store a 4 provision card. That's 6. I think this is pretty good, right? BAM!
That is how it must be tested.
Oh! Top card of our deck is what? Anna or Vigo, so self-Vilg is not an interesting proposition.
This is not what we agreed.
There's no way this isn't enough, right? Like, we have the Geralt as well. But we would have to pull like a 12 or something for it to work for us. Like, I have to say, I think I played round 1 pretty poorly with the Torres. But that's kind of what we're looking to do with this deck, really. Just put the pressure on our opponent, play if 3 cards pass. And then we've got like the Enslave, which isn't even a commitment with the Anna. And we get Gaetan next, I think it is. Do we want the card below? I guess not. Guess we keep good old Gaetan. Oh, but the leader, we need a bronze for the leader, don't we?
You have our
Play a bronze if you
undivided
found. Look at the top
attention.
three units of your deck and draw one. Not ideal with the Magni. The leader kind of not too hot. Oopsie daisy. Mentor! They're popping off. Why is it called Geralt Panther? I don't know, it's just what my friend called it. And I kind of liked it. I'm not quite sure what to take here. Gaetan is 2 points. It's probably just the Assimilate, right?
Suffering ennobles, friend. You'll be a count once I'm done with you.
And then we copy the Mentor. And then we can Panther.
You will not regret this, sir.
Her grace will not be pleased.
An ill wind blows.
Not about to sit back and do nothing.
I hate portals.
That's just unfair. GG though. We didn't play round 1 very well, but we popped off in round 2 and 3, huh?